So I've moved to New York about a month ago, and as anybody who's watched the video that I made about that knows, I didn't bring my car. What I do have is my feet and my bike. And so the two things that have changed my life since I've been here the most is realizing that I don't really like having a car all that much, and I'm kind of glad that I don't have it. Will I eventually, if I stay out here long term, will I eventually bring it out? We'll see what happens. But the things that have changed my life are this backpack. Now, this isn't a specific backpack. This is just the backpack that I happen to get. But I do recommend getting a backpack with a cross strap that goes across your chest because it holds things in place a little better. I don't know if I can put this on while I'm sitting here. But a cross strap because it actually helps keep it in place. Voila. That I use for going to get things like groceries and whatever other supplies that I might need. And it has been amazing. The other things that have changed my life, and this I'm very specific on, is these Xero Shoes, the Barefoot style shoes, and that's going to be important in a couple minutes here. I actually highly recommend, if you live in an area at all, that you can just even walk to the grocery store just like daily, right? I know it's a pain in the ass in the beginning, but if you just walk to the grocery store or do whatever you're doing, it is quite amazing. It is. It has changed everything. And prior to this, I had said in a lot of my videos that I noticed that if I rode my bike utilitarianly, I lost way more weight than I did if I just went on long extended bike rides. The long extended bike rides just did not get the weight off me like if I had to go to the store, if I had to ride to work, or if I had to ride over here for this, you know, and maybe like, I don't know, less than 10 mile, you know, rides, which, you know, was less than an hour. It's the same thing with this backpack. If I got to go get groceries, or just going for walking period, if I got to go do this, or even if I got to go to the chiropractor, it's a 1.1 mile walk, and then it's 1.1 mile walk back. And, you know, yeah, I can catch the subway. And on real terrible weather days, maybe I would, but even yesterday it was downpouring all day, and I still walked to go get my groceries at Trader Joe's with this backpack. I went and got groceries, and it makes it so you can't get a ton of groceries at one point. I kind of like that. You're kind of just getting out. It's sunny right now. It's 60 degrees. I don't mind going out there in that. Even if it's colder outside, I don't mind doing that. And that is one thing that I have always, like this gym culture, I can't stand it. I was a part of it for years, 20 years. Actually more than 20 years. I was a part of it for that long, and when I look back, it was such an obsession. And had I just done things utilitarianly, I think I would have gotten better results. I know I would have gotten better results than I did if I went to the gym. And I got the Cellerciser right next to me. I don't know if you could see the handlebar for it. If I combine these two things, now I do have links for the Cellerciser, I do have links for the Xero Shoes down below in the description section. And the backpack, just get whatever you can that fits comfortably and fits enough groceries for you. And then when you walk barefoot, your legs actually get more muscular. You gain the muscle. Like if you really look at people who run barefoot style, their musculature is very well developed comparatively to somebody who uses a mattress strap to the bottom of their feet. I had, Nutrition by Victoria try to grill me on these barefoot shoes in one of my last videos. I'm like, and her argument was, I went to a track or a run or 5K or something like that, and nobody was wearing barefoot shoes. Well, a whole lot of people did the experiment, and a whole lot of people eat a diet that you don't recommend. So using the masses as a barometer, it really isn't a very good way to go about things. And so I really, like, if you just try them out, like when you are walking in these things, you really activate all your muscles because your feet are literally just to tell the rest of your body what it's landing on. That's it. Everything else is supposed to do the work, the mobility for you. Your feet aren't supposed to do all of your work for you. That's not what they're built for. They're built to sense the ground and to soften how you land. That's it. And then everything else is supposed to do, so like your entire body is involved. Literally, our entire body is involved in walking. Your body is built to walk, and then you can reach, and reach and stuff up on a tree or stuff, or lift things or whatever it is to get wherever you're going. But your body is literally built to walk. That's what it's for. You're a forager to go look for fruit and whatever else, And it kind of activates that, like, yeah, you're going to a grocery store, but you're kind of using that way of life about you. Now, obviously, not everybody lives in New York City, nor do they want to, nor do they want to spend this kind of money. That doesn't mean, like, I lived in Cleveland. I even lived in suburbs over the years, and I still had the ability to walk to the grocery store with a backpack. I could have gone a couple times a week with that. But instead, I chose to drive my car. And I think if you really look at a lot of what has happened over the invention of the car, it hasn't been very good. Like, a lot of people have said this, it hasn't been that great. If you look at people who are older, who, maybe only had one car when they were growing up, if that, they are still generally in somewhat good health. It's the people who drive everywhere, they fire up a car to go get a loaf of bread, like, it's crazy to me. Some of this stuff, I mean, back in my old neighborhood, back in Cleveland, I would see people get in their car and drive just halfway down the block to go visit somebody. I'm like, you couldn't have walked? So I think if we just get out of this car mentality, not saying cars are bad. Cars, I mean, cars are good. You can get long distances. Like they shrank the country, right? Where planes shrank the world. So they have their purpose, but to use them for everything, I think, is crazy. I think if you used your legs for utilitarian purposes, or if you live close enough to work to either ride bike or walk there, do it. Try it out. See how it goes. I really wish I had a channel back in 2016. Everybody was telling me to build one because they're like, you're losing so much weight, you should document this. When I used it for that purpose, is like just going to work, like getting groceries, just the different random stuff like that. And then if I needed to go really far, I would use the car for that, right? And then it's just less gas, it's less everything, wear and tear in the car. You don't really get wear and tear because your body rebuilds itself. The wear and tear that you do get builds muscle and it makes you healthier. So the things that I have really noticed, it's kind of like the durian rider thing, get rid of your car and you'll really notice huge results. I'm not saying that you got to get rid of your car necessarily. I'm just saying that walking is the most natural movement that we have. Now, even me, like I have a titanium ankle bolted to my heel bone. So yes, I do have days that are like not great for walking. I understand it. So if you have like some kind of disability or something like that, I get it. And even that has been going away over the time of me being here, from just walking and learning how to walk even better than I used to. It's been even teaching myself how to walk. I mean, between walking with those with the backpack to go get stuff, and I don't always use the backpack. If I'm just going for a walk, I just go for a walk. And the Cellerciser over here. I mean, really. And then I got kettlebells over here. I brought my kettlebells with me. This gym culture, I don't really think you need it anymore. It's not natural to have like completely ergonomic anything. Like if you were to go out into the forest and pick up logs, there's nothing ergonomic about that whatsoever. And that actually activates our muscles way more. There's a short video that this guy did about lifting a stone off the ground to move stones. And it activates the entire body, whereas lifting with ergonomic weights, it just doesn't. And you see a lot of injuries in the weightlifting world. a lot of them, you know, whereas lifting natural things, it's just, your body has to move in a different, you know, you have to get around it, and you know, it's just, it's not the same. You have to activate everything, and it's just like, you know how to do it, you know, for the most part. Whereas with weights, you know, it's just not that way. It's just not that way. And I've seen so many injuries over the years, even in a few with me, but you know, just injuries with a lot of people. Whereas, you know, walking, the only injuries you generally see is from wearing two padded shoes. You know, like even the Nike published, I think it's like the Vapor or something like that, like 53% injury rate. And then they created another one. And it's actually, you can find this paperwork on their website. And then they created another one, like the version 2 of that or something like that. And it knocked the injury rate down like 33%. That's a lot for a shoe, just to do normal movement. There has literally never been any documented anything of the modern shoe, which was created in like the 70s, actually helping anything. It has created way more injuries, and it gives you a false sense of everything. It's kind of like, would you rather do push-ups with your hands splayed out on a hard surface, or would you rather do push-ups with your hands like this on a mattress? Like, you know what I mean? That's the comparable. It's like using a mattress, and then the shoes are cone. It's just, there's such a big difference in the whole thing. Anyways, that's my video. I could go on about this for forever, because I have had to study shoes and footwork and feet and for my whole life, because I had an issue with my ankle since birth. So I've got a lot going into this. There was, at one point, I had 450 different pairs of shoes trying to find something that was comfortable. So anyways, that is my video. The only good thing I can say about those shoes is they were expensive shoes, and they sold for even more than I bought them for on eBay. Yeah, that's my video. Anyway, that is my thoughts on that. I'll probably make some more videos on it. It's just like, I don't know, just go walk and get your groceries. I don't care how, you know, I got 18 kids, you know, have them come with you, you know, and, you know, get them backpacks and have them carry some stuff too. That's it. I mean, if you live in a totally rural area and you're not a farmer, I don't understand why you do that. But that's, maybe you grow your own stuff. You don't need to go to the grocery store. I don't know. So maybe it's not that feasible there, but I think everybody else, urban, suburban, even when I lived somewhat out in the middle of nowhere and just outside of Philly, we still had grocery stores that were close enough that you could walk. Anyway, that is the video. I mean, really, I don't know how much weight I've lost. I haven't really kept track of it, but I can tell my clothes are fitting different. People are commenting in the comment section that they see that I've lost weight, and I haven't done anything special. I haven't changed my diet at all. Nothing has changed. Nothing's changed other than buying that backpack and having the barefoot shoes and just going walk for utilitarian purposes and going for just regular walks. That's it. Anyway, talk to you in the next one. Comments, questions, like always. And yeah, peace.